It's Shellfish 101 here on Restaurant Hunter, and no Long Island summer is complete without these, clams. But how did these get to your plate? For more on that, here's Amanda Prince.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Amanda.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Hey, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for having us out today.
Oh, thanks for coming.
This is awesome.
Today, we're boarding Doug Rodgers' humble craft in search of the fruits of Oyster Bay. Those briny little bivalves on the half shell, a welcome sign of summer.
And we're heading out to Cold Spring Harbor.
And this is your daily routine? This is the route you take every morning?
Yeah. Yeah, I pass by the same boats and I check on some friends' boats and make sure they're still floating.
His daily commute, scenic, to say the least.
And the house on the point there, that's Billy Joel's house.
Oh, wow.
So you can see there's a clammer working in front of his house. So he sees clammers all day long.
Doug is a bayman, digger of clams, purveyor of little necks, top necks, and cherry stones to area restaurants like Jack Halyard's in Oyster Bay, a trade he learned from his father and brother.
I think my whole life I could never be more than a couple blocks from the water, I think, the rest of my life.
A member of the North Oyster Bay Baymen's Association, Doug is part of a tight-knit group of mostly men who pay their bills braving the bay and all of its elements.
And how many guys are out here on a daily basis?
I think there's 70 or 80 licensed guys.
Oh, wow.
But really 40 guys are year-round full-time. It kind of balloons up in the summertime, and in the wintertime it can dwindle down to like 20.
Because the wintertime, it gets tough out here.
It's pretty tough. Like, I guess it was February. February, I was breaking ice at this point.
Oh.
So from the marina to here, I was breaking ice, and I came pretty much to this point.
No ice today. Picture-perfect weather as we reach our clamming destination.
So this is what I look at most of the time.
I mean, it's a nice corner office view, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Time to dig.
These are, we call it pipe. Each one is 12 feet long. So you slide them all together and you can get the depth of the water. So this is a clam rake. This is called a pocketbook. It's got teeth on it that sit in the mud. So the picture of this thing sliding across the mud and the clams sitting a little bit. Clams don't sit on the surface, they sit under the mud, say an inch or two, depending what time of the year it is. So the clams this goes along the bottom, say, and then as it hits the clams hit the teeth and then they roll into the basket. So as a vocation, it really hasn't changed much in the last 100 years. I have no idea what I'm going to make today. I have a general idea, but if it gets real windy, I have to go in, I might make nothing. The harbor ice is up in the winter, you can't go to work, you have to plan on that.
Would you say, are you a successful bayman?
I would say so. I mean, I've been doing it for 18 years. And I have a house, my wife works, but, you know, I would say I'm average or above average. There's some guys that make me look silly, some guys that I might make look silly, so this is what I pretty much do all day.
This repetitive raking motion 6 to 8 hours a day. So I decided to give Doug a little break.
And just picture the clam teeth just moving a little bit at a time through the bottom, but
I'm just picturing how sore I'm going to be tomorrow.
so you're just trying to little jerks and just picture the rake moving little increments at a time.
Man, that is tough. I can't believe you can do this all day.
Yeah, the first day is always the hardest day.
Should I push it back down? I feel like I've gotten it too far.
The boat will like push you back now.
Okay.
So just let it go back to the side of the boat.
My heart is already pounding, no joke. He makes it look easy, but this is really, really tough work.
We'll see what you got.
But all the hard work yields these little jewels.
So the only thing I'm getting is really clams and shell. I'm not disturbing any other kind of sea creature really. Once in a while there's a hermit crab in there. So this is a neck rack. Anything that falls through this rack is too small, so I'm gonna throw it right back. So we got 3 well, 4 different sizes of clams. So little neck. Like this is the classic on the half shell style, and then a little bit bigger, same thing, little neck. And then I would say this is like a neck. Like it's a little bit bigger than a little neck.
Would you also have that on a half shell?
Yeah, this is like, a lot of people like that size. And then we move up to top neck, which you can see a little bit bigger. Some people still eat these on the half shell, but these start to be cooked, baked, clams casino, stuff like that. And then it goes up to cherry.
And the little necks, those are supposedly the sweetest.
Yeah, the little ones I think have the best flavor. They're young, they're more tender.
A true bayman, Doug brings his clam shucking kit and prepares a delightful plate of little necks with homemade cocktail sauce paired with post-shift beers. Doug unwinding after what would be grueling work for most, but for him, it's just another day at the office. The fruits of our labor, well worth all the rigor.
Honestly, I mean, does it get any better than this? We're on a boat in the middle of the bay, beer in hand, fresh clams. I'm in heaven right now.
Enjoy.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. This is so great.
No, it is.
Those are so good.
Clams in a half shell and a beer on a boat. It's summer on Long Island.
Doesn't get much better. This is about as Long Island as it gets.